Hi, I'm Kenna Squires, and today I kind of like to talk about what I look for in a prospect. For one thing, if you can't read a horse's personality or how much try they're going to have, I don't care how hard you look at them or X-ray them. It does not matter. Always, no. If you have the chance, get one X-rayed and look at them. If you're going to give some money for a horse, back it up with a vet. If it's nothing that's a big deal, well then don't let it keep you from buying your horse. I like a nice, this is not a big horse. I used to think I needed big horses. This is a mid-sized colt. This is a 3-year-old. He's short in his pasterns. He's got good bone, and bone matters. And he's capable of getting a hind leg up under him if I need him to. Bring this one up. This is another 3-year-old. And these are both running bred horses, but they're cool-minded, and that's what I like. When I look for one, I want the long hip. Both these horses have long enough hips. That horse really has the long hip I like. But the neck's not too long, and it's not too short. And I'm not saying that race bred's better or cow bred is better. It is all about a horse that moves nice. I like a horse that wants to come meet me when I walk up to them in the stall. But you go to a lot of horse sales and these colts are tired and they may be kind of sick, and you're not getting a real read on how that colt really acts. But if it's sat there and kicked the stall all weekend, you're going to have some problems with soundness later on, because they don't just quit that when you go home. There are some things about personality that matter. I want longevity. I want something I know I can win on, but I want longevity. There's no use putting hours and hours and time into a horse that you can see. And I don't mind it. A horse turns in a little bit, that's not the end of the world with a front foot. But if they are post-legged and you can see that hind leg is never going to be able to get up under that horse, that it won't put that whole horse's body in a bind, you're asking that horse to be the one in a million. And what I'm looking for is a horse that is everything they're built like, makes it easy for them to run and turn. If they have to overcome their own bodies, you're asking for the one in a million. I'm shooting for the average, where you get your best shot on most horses. If it's easy for them, they'll do it for you. They don't have to have as much will as an ill-built horse would. Everything's easy for this horse. He can stop, he can go, he steps easy and smooth. His stride's not way too long. The shorter the stride, the better, I've learned as I've gotten older, because I really don't, if they're fast enough, that short stride is easy to break down, and they don't have to collect as much. It takes less horsemen to make them. And I'm always shooting for that. And other than that, I just want a kind soul. But again, you can't read their heart, but if they got a shallow mouth, I don't want a big, long, deep mouth, although I've had deep mouth horses that can win. If they got a nice little shallow mouth, a short hip, and a back leg that'll come up in there, and I don't mind a horse if their shoulder ties in where their neck is real high. I've had winners that work like that too. You just ride them a little different, but that does not make that big a difference to me. And they say you can't ride that head, but you sure need a little shallow mouth. It sure helps. And a big old eye. If they've got a big pretty eye, the bigger the better. I've never seen very many real good horses that were pig-eyed. So it's a little thing. And look in their mouths. You'd be surprised the teeth you'll find on a lot of horses. That is directly associated with longevity. You got a horse that's got terrible teeth, he'll spend his whole life trying to find a way for you to get enough feed in him to make him healthy and make him last. And that goes to how his bone density goes later on, and his soundness. It ties together. So look for something that looks healthy. If it looks like you're going to have to pick it up and it needed more than worming, you might be in trouble.